James Daniels. You see that block on the right-hand side?
Yeah, man. I think he's a great pickup. I think,
Oh, man. I
dude, I think
like
he's
this guy.
physical, and a lot of people are really high on him. A lot of people know a lot more about offensive linemen than I do. So I mean that says enough for me. It really cannot get any worse than last year. So I think it's gonna be a good year, especially for the line.
Dude, I like this guy. I looked up his tape, and I think I remember seeing him play some games as a Bear. But I like the way, just if he does get, they were talking today that he might play center, but I wouldn't mind seeing where he was playing with the Bears in the right guard position. He's so stocky. He's a big person. He's got the arm strength. He's got the will to win. I've seen videos where he finishes the block, 2 seconds after, and he's fired up, man. To me, he looks like a Steeler. You know what I'm saying? Like from that
Yeah.
picture, you can see with Daniels there taking on the Raider. He looks to me like, give this guy, a year and a bit, and we'll be calling him a Pittsburgh Steeler, and you will forget that he was ever a Chicago Bear, right? He's a very humble guy.
Yeah.
What I saw in the interview too, when he was this morning, I think it was, he was talking about the Steelers and talking about coming in and improving his worth, and and someone said to him, "Oh, you want to be a leader," and he's like, "Well, I'm not here yet. I'm not in the locker room yet, but I want to prove myself to become that." And I think I reckon this O-line needs that, man. I don't know about you, but we needed this piece. This was one of the best signings on offense I think we've had in a long time, to bring this guy in to be a physical unit and have him next to Chooks. Chooks is going to start. James Daniels is going to start. The other two fellas are probably going to start, Dan Moore Jr. and Dotson. So now we just got left with who's our center, right? So we're already in the free agent. This is the upside, right? We are much better than last year, right? Surely.
Oh, it's not even in question anymore. I think and the crazy part, this is all happening before the draft. So
Yeah, I
we have a
forgot
lot
about
of
the
room.
draft. I've bloody forgotten that we have a draft, to be honest.
Honestly, I mean, all these guys they're bringing in, they're filling all these gaps already. It reminds me of the early 2000s teams used to fill the gaps when they needed to, though.
Yeah,
Jeff Harding's, Charlie Batch as a backup. You had James Ferrier come in. They used to bring these guys in. Ryan Clark. Then it seemed like kind of slowed down. They tried with guys like Mike Mitchell. Mike Mitchell was just, I
yeah.
hated Mike Mitchell. No offense to the guy, but as
He
a
was
football player, he wasn't my cup of
pretty,
tea.
pretty dirty. I think he played a certain way. But you're right. Like Ryan says here, Steelers freed up so many needs in this free agency. At least we know what our O line is this season. Exactly. We know what our O line is this season, and all we are going into is we need to find a center. I think. Who's it going to be center? We know James Dan. I think Daniels goes right guard. Chooks goes right tackle because we let go of Zach Banner. Oh mate, how's that? How's like our Steeler fandom? Like no offense, but no one cares about Banner, right? Like no one said goodbye to him. Like
I mean,
did you say
I
goodbye to
like
him?
him. He's funny.
I know, but like it didn't
He
happen,
doesn't.
right?
It happens. If I don't know, he wasn't like this groundbreaking player for the team. He was always just a character.
Yeah,
Great for social media, good for their PR stuff, good for Twitter, but he was never like this great player. I mean, he might have been, but he got injured.
yeah, but like we had him, 72 as eligible, and Zach Banner, a massive unit, but it's kind of funny how it works because we haven't even talked about, the Steelers let go of Joe Schobert. He wasn't a Steeler. He was more just a Brown, really. Didn't do too much, but Zach Banner was a Steeler, I think, the whole time, or might have got traded, maybe got picked up after being undrafted or something like that. But as soon as he's let go, nothing really said. We move on and we fill the role, and Chooks is the guy, and now James Daniels is the guy too. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what can happen. I just noticed. I think I might have. Did I spell Daniels wrong? I did, didn't I? Is that's wrong,
Daniels.
isn't it?
Sorry, it happens.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Well, I spelled Amola right. Hey, I'm pretty happy. You happy with this offensive free agent part just yet? The first part? I'm pretty keen, eh?
Yeah, it really a big thing to think about. We have someone protecting Mitch, but he can move around, which he might have done fine last year behind the line. But Najee in year 2, he's probably going to be a little leaner. He'll be a little faster. Najee's going to have a line to run behind this year. He could go for 1,600 yards if that's what they're aiming for this year, is a ground and pound with a strong defense, going back to the Steeler roots. I would like to see that, but it's hard to say in the modern NFL, but it looks like we're going that way.
I think we're winning. I said in one of my videos the other day, you can't win you can win free agency, but you can't use that for a metric to say, hang on, we're going to go out there and win a Super Bowl, because the Browns do that.
Off-season Super Bowl for the Browns.
Yeah, every year, right? And we're kind of doing that, but we're not going out there and getting the big names. We're getting names I think we need for our team. Like, we needed a right guard anyway. Trey Turner was going. We needed center help there. We're not going out there and spending all the money on Devontae Adams. Like, that wouldn't happen. We didn't get Rodgers. Like, I was almost caught up in the Watson idea. I was like, it'd be kind of cool to see him over, but we didn't spend that money. We just picked guys that, like, we signed, Killer Brew, and we'll start talking about him in a minute. But those kind of key pieces for our team, right?
Oh yeah, they're guys. That was the greatest part of it all, is they didn't wreck the future by going for Rodgers. Or, I mean, if Rodgers did come, I would have been all for it. I would have wanted to see them just absolutely put everything in the 1 or 2 years. But going forward, this makes the most sense. It keeps the Steelers' options open further in that too. If Mitch doesn't work out, they can draft someone this year if they feel they need to, or have the opportunity to, or they can draft someone next year, which I don't know that much about NCAA, like through and through, like quarterback classes, but apparently next year is much better for quarterbacks than this year.
You never know, though. No matter what route they go, if they go offensive lineman in the first round, they might sign a quarterback, and what they should do is sit that quarterback, whoever it is. I don't care if it's Pickett. Let's just sit them for a year and let them learn the offense. And I think our defense will carry us away. Bring on my mate. You guys all know him. It's Yinburgh. He makes all the cool videos about the Steelers and the Steel highlights. So
Hey, Mark. Shout out to you, bro.
let's go! 0-3, baby!
See, that's what I'm talking about, bro. I'm talking about